Image copyright social media image caption from L2R victims Alejandro, Damian Panuco, Ariel Erlay and Hernan Ferrucci. 8 people were killed in New York on Tuesday when a man drove a truck onto a cycle path in Lower Manhattan. Not all the victims have been identified yet, but the authorities have confirmed that 5 of them were tourists from Argentina, 2 were American and another was visiting from Belgium. One victim was named on Wednesday as 31-year-old Anna-Laurie Decat. She was said to be from Belgium and was visiting the city with her mother and 2 sisters. The mayor of Steden in West Flanders, where she reportedly confirmed her death on social media. Decat was married and had 2 young sons, who were reportedly just 3 years old and 3 months old. The Belgian consul general confirmed that they were supporting her family in New York, who were said to be uninjured in the attack. 5 of those killed were from a group of Argentine friends visiting the city: Diego Enrique Angelini, Ariel Erlay, Hernan Ferrucci, Hernan Diego Mendoza and Alejandro Damian Panuco. The trip to New York had been more than a year in planning. They had all studied together at the same Polytechnic College in the port city of Rosario, 300 kilometers up the Paraná River from the capital, Buenos Aires. Their time at the General San Martin College, with its demanding curriculum, had created a strong bond between the students, which persisted after they graduated in 1987. At a school reunion last year, they decided to do something special to mark the 30th anniversary of their graduation, local media are reporting. One of the class of 1987, Martin Marrow, is near Boston in the United States, so the idea came up to visit him. Image copyright Martin Marrow image caption Martin Marrow was injured in the attack and is being treated in the Presbyterian Hospital for non-life-threatening injuries. Mr. Marrow, 48, had been living in a suburb of Boston with his architect wife for some 7 years, a local politician said. He works as a senior investigator for Novartis Institutes for Biomedical Research in Cambridge, Massachusetts. A group of 9 friends signed up to the trip, which would also take them to New York. 7 of them flew out from Rosario to the U.S. on the same plane on Saturday. Before boarding, they had their picture taken at the airport, all wearing the same white T-shirts with the slogan Libre Free emblazoned on it. Argentine daily La Nación tweeted the photo. Ariel Erlay could not fly out with the group that day because he had to attend to some business, but he saw them off at the airport. Image copyright Ariel Erlay Facebook image caption Ariel Erlay was one of the 5 Argentines killed in the attack, a successful businessman who owned the steel firm Havana in Rosario. Erlay had paid for the trip for 2 of his former classmates who could not afford the costs. The married 48-year-old, who died in Funes, just outside of Rosario, flew out a day later to meet his friends. After spending a day with a friend in Boston, the group, including Mr. Marrow, flew to New York. On Tuesday, they decided to hire bicycles to tour Lower Manhattan. They were cycling 2 abreast along the West Houston St. Cycle Path when a white pickup truck mounted the path shortly after 1500 local time 1900 GMT. Surviving members of the group told Argentine Daily Clarín that those cycling next to the street were killed, while those on the inside of the cycle path were knocked to the ground but fell onto grass and survived. The Argentine consul in New York, Mateo Estime, told Clarín that the survivors were in shock and that they did not immediately know what had happened to their friends. It was not until later that day that they were told that 5 of their friends had died. Among the 5 who died was Hernan Ferrucci. Image copyright Hernan Ferrucci Facebook image caption Hernan Ferrucci had traveled to New York with his friends. He had studied at the National University in Rosario after graduating from General San Martin College. He became an architect and had worked on a project building condominiums in an upscale area of Rosario, local media reported. Diego Angelini also became an architect after his studies at General San Martin. Image copyright Diego Angelini Facebook image caption Diego Angelini was among the friends who went cycling in Lower Manhattan. Angelini had his own architecture studio in the center of Rosario. Alejandro Damian Panuco was another one of the group of friends who did not survive the attack. Image copyright Alejandro Panuco Facebook image caption Alejandro Damian Panuco was also killed in the attack. He was 49 and died in Funes, the same small city outside of Rosario where Ariel Erlay also died. Hernan Diego Mendoza also became an architect after graduating from college. According to his Facebook profile, he had worked most recently at Duendes Rugby Club in Rosario. The city of Rosario has declared 3 days of mourning for the 5 Argentine victims. The two remaining victims from the United States have not yet been publicly identified.